Welcome back, everyone. We can now get back to the hype that is Versus and talk more about this gigantic kaiju that is now here. So before we get into it, make sure to do all of the usual stuff. Like the video if you enjoy, and subscribe to keep up to date with all my stuff. Now, let's get into it. Like at the end of last chapter, everyone is panicking even more because the kaiju is now here. And we get a name for him, Daikokuzan. Then the explosion from the ship sent shockwaves across the area, making multiple factions take notice and even disturbing what is most likely the Mad God. One of the Madarans, Pow, can't accept that their spaceship was just destroyed, so plans to try and pierce Daikokuzan's brain.
I've got you in my sights.
No! Harry, no! Don't look at the light!
I can't help it. It's so beautiful.
This could be a problem.
And, he does absolutely nothing to him. He doesn't even seem to take notice of them. The demons take this chance to try to fight them again, but we cut over to Zabi starting to panic. Him and the other mages are out of mana, so they can't stall them with the demons anymore. Hollow finds another mage, Gyuta, under some rubble, and he luckily took over the incantation for the grand teleportation. Ario, support fairy, comes to them basically saying goodbye, and deconstructs itself, directing all of the mana it is made of into Gyuta so he can finish the spell. Gyuta starts reminiscing on how Zabi always talked up Hollow to the rest of the mages, saying he was going to become one of the chosen heroes, saying that Zabi is a genius and that he was the light in the darkness for them since he had so much hope and optimism for the world. He tells Hollow to make sure he isn't the cloud that will hang over his head, blocking his light. As we switch perspectives and see that Gyuta has a large piece of wood stabbed through him, so he is not going to be making it out of here. Hollow starts running back towards the base with Pain, with everyone else making sure they get back as well so they don't get left behind. Hollow seems like he is almost there when the spell activates, leaving us on a cliffhanger. So the star of this chapter and last chapter is Daikokuzan. Body type wise, he looks like if Gamera and Godzilla had a baby, having really thick legs, small arms in proportion to them, and what seems like a turtle-like shell on his back. Then after he destroyed the ship, it exploded, and he still didn't seem to even flinch from it, showing how durable this thing is. We do get a closer look at this thing, and we see it has a house on it and some plants from Gaia's Wrath, along with what seems like a root from the Yggdrasil tree, which could be a problem for him if it can survive off of his energy and slowly dig into him. We also see it basically no-diffs the Madarans, since it seems they can't do anything to him. The Madarans had a wake-up call this chapter, showing they are not the big dogs anymore, and they are all in just disbelief that Pow got so easily defeated. I am glad they got a reality check, and I look forward to how they are going to handle it. Kiva and the rest of the demons are still trying to attack the Madarans, but now they are actually in trouble because they don't have the help of humanity anymore, since they are all out of mana. The next time they take a serious injury, they are dead. AI had a short appearance relaying the information of the explosion back to something they call Mother, which is most likely their literal mother computer that started their whole rebellion. And we got to see what seems like our first look at the Mad God, since the tremors from the explosion disturbed him. Humanity is in a better place than last chapter since they were able to get the grand teleportation off. Unfortunately, it took the sacrifice of Gyuta and Kira to pull it off. We do also learn that fairies are beings made out of concentrated magic and not a natural magical being, it seems. And from the looks of it, Pakya is going to be left behind since he is nowhere near the castle right now. Last thing is that Masayoshi cracked me up with him trying to give the mages energy drinks to see if that would get their mana back up. I think that's about it for me, so make sure to go check out my other chapter reviews on the playlist if you haven't already. Again, make sure to like if you enjoyed and subscribe to join the channel. And I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.